Amen.
Thank the Lord. That's all right. Isn't that right? Thank the Lord.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. That's all right. I didn't know what the shoe show was. I didn't know. I thought you were trying to say the juke joint. I got all confused. He said shoe. I'm like, the shoe show.
Amen.
Somebody asked me, I'd have been messed up. I'd be like, a shoe show. Man, they got some shoes and water. Whoa! I'd have been all messed up. Ain't that right?
Amen.
Thank the Lord.
Amen.
I tell you, the Lord is good all the time. Appreciate the message, amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen. I told my minister I was going to start throwing them on the fire a little bit and just kind of catch. I asked him how he was feeling tonight. He said, I feel all right. Are you feeling all right? I said, I put you up tonight. He said, oh. He said, I feel all right. I said, make sure you feel. I appreciate the minister. Now the minister, I appreciate the members of the Way of God Church as a whole. Like, you know, some things he said now were definitely true, amen. The Lord will suffer you to go into some places, amen, but the devil going to come to tempt you.
Amen.
When the devil come and tempt you, amen, you got to have some substance, amen, that you don't give in to sin. Amen. As we live in a sad state today that people hadn't took to their heart and mind to realize to do what it takes to be saved. Amen. And Nicodemus told the people, give me
1 Corinthians 9:1.
It's exactly what I don't want. Matthew chapter, St. John chapter 3 and verse 1. He ain't gonna get me off up here. He's not gonna get me that right. I had another one like that. He would quote some stuff. It was all he said. Thou and if a thou would. I said, keep going, keep. He thought the thou. It ain't make no sense to tuck in. He said, that's it. You exactly wrong.
That's what you want.
Oh yeah. Not at all. Matthew, I was at St. John chapter 3 and verse 3. Bro, give me 1 Kings chapter 18, I think it is, in verse 20. I'm just talking just a minute guy. Where man of God preached a good message, and I definitely, amen, don't want to come rain on that. He did a good message. I appreciate that. Said 2 times a man want to preach, when a man don't preach, when a preacher don't preach, and when one do preach.
Amen.
Everybody, you can't win. That's what I said, John.
Yes, sir.
The one started with a J. John, thank you, brother Doctor. You already over there, right? Oh, you got it.
I got both of them.
I got John 3.
Sometimes folks wonder why their prayer request takes so long to be answered, isn't that right? As long as it take them to get to the word, isn't it? St. John chapter 3 and verse 1. I'm going to get ready to get out of y'all way. Listen what he said.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
Yeah.
The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi.
Yeah. What you say, master?
We know that thou art a teacher come from God.
Why?
For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
A couple of things you got to look at when you try to identify a man of God. It's either going to be by miracles or it's going to be by knowledge. When you find John, we find John to be a man of God who did absolutely no miracles, according to the 10th chapter of the book of St. John, but yet what his life, what he preached all line up with the book. That's what you got to always examine. That's why a lot of times people missed him and they missed John and they also missed Jesus. Hold on, I know I told you to get me 1 King, but see if that's St. John, Matthew chapter 11 and about verse 15. Make it 11 and 11.
11 11.
Yeah, 11 and 11. You hear what he said? He said, we know that thou art a teacher come from God. He said, because no man can do these miracles that thou do except God be with him. A lot of times people are caught up in a lot of times these different churches and religions and religious institutions because they see some miracles, but the miracle, the lifestyle don't line up. It's got to be a lifestyle line up with your teaching. It got to be a lifestyle that line up with your miracles. Isn't that right? So he was able to identify because he saw the lifestyle, he saw the miracle, he could see the man teach. When he called him master, he called him teacher. Right. Isn't that right? The man wouldn't be a master, he wanted a teacher. Isn't that right?
Amen.
Listen, this is Matthew chapter 11. He read twice.
I'm ready.
Oh, thank you. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 11. I know he ain't got, thank you. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 11. See, Justin going to be good for my minister to read with. Because if you can get past Justin, you can make it with anybody out there. You can go out in the world and fight all against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. Isn't that right? So I be so far, that can't move me in my mind. I know where I got to go. It don't throw me. Somebody talking to me, that don't throw me. I keep going. I know how to stay stiff. I already know that, like he said, it's impossible. Offense going to come. Not calling him at all, the devil or anything. But you still got to know how to operate. Just like when it comes down to living a holy and sanctified life, other things come up against you don't change your obligation for being saved. Ain't that right? That's a part of what's happening. He hit some key point. The devil going to tempt you a lot of time, right when you're at your most vulnerable point. 40 days of fasting and 40 nights of fasting, you weak. After a while, the Bible said he was hungry. No doubt he was hungry the first, second, third, and 20th day. But by the 40th day, he was at a massive hunger. Isn't that right? So it was written to let us know that day he was really hungry. And that's when he going to come and tempt you. A lot of time when your bills behind, he going to tempt you. When your marriage on the rock, he going to tempt you. When your kids not doing, he going to tempt you. And a lot of time when you're in your most vulnerable state, especially when it comes to things you love. Many times I rehearsed at this church on making your list. I want y'all to go back again for those that didn't and those that did and threw them away, made another one. Write down on your list again the things you love. The things you care most about, the things you would like to accomplish in your life or love to accomplish in your lifetime. Then look at that list and see which of those things on that list are you willing to go to hell for. There are some here that wrote those lists and didn't write them out physically, but in their heart and in their mind they did. And they've already fallen away.
That's right.
Based upon they love these people. He done clearly told us in the 10th chapter, book of Matthew, verse 34, you got to hate mother, father, brother, sister. He said even your own life. If you don't do that, he said, you can't be my disciple because these things are going to be a hindrance in your walk. People will sit down and justify and try to make up reason and excuses. I talked to church before. You have people that will self-inflict themselves with situations. They will walk around and put themselves in situations so they'll have a reason to say, this is why I failed. They look for reasons to stop. You don't need no reason to stop. Why you stop? I just stopped. But they know that sounds stupid. Why you stop? I just stopped. So I need to find an excuse. I need a reason to justify it for myself when I tell it before me. People don't have no reason to stop serving God. You ought to be faithful. God is faithful. I tell you, and listen, it's just like being with homosexuality. People say, well, I see homosexuals. I tell my kids, don't join them. I don't go making fun of homosexual or anything like that. I say, look at that sister, huh? That's their thing. Just leave me alone. That's all I tell them to do. But you know what? When I look at a person that's homosexual, a lot of times people put a lot more care for them. It's no different than a person that's an alcoholic. No different than a person that's a crackhead. No different than a person that's a fornicator. Or whatever the situation, man. All of it's sin. In order to do these things, you have to go against the will of God. There's no special favor because you're homosexual. All you find when a person is homosexual, you have a person that does not recognize discipline. It's not impossible. Me and you ask the average man, how this guy look? All men gonna say how he look. Ugly. But truthfully, that's not. But you don't want people to say, you say, he look real cute and he got a nice butt. Now you done messed up. Now you done messed up. So the boy ended that at being men, you just say, all men ugly to me. But honestly, truthfully, you'll see men, you'll say, you know, he a bad looking guy. You know what I'm saying? He looks all right or whatever. It's when you start to desire him and to be with him, now you cross the line of discipline. Anybody can do it. It doesn't take no special force to go and put on no dress. It just got to take a mind to disobey. It don't take a special force or anything to go and fornicate, commit adultery, tell lies, blaspheme the name of God. You just got to be willing to go against what's already been established as perfect and right. That's the only, when you see these people in life that smoke, that drink, that shack up, commit adultery, you just see some people that do not recognize discipline. In the book of Job, he said he opened their ear to discipline. What you have to always have is a consequence behind a behavior. When there's no consequence, what to stop you? Don't go out that door. Why? Just don't go out. There ain't no reason. Don't go out that door because somebody's going to blow your brains out. Hey, I ain't ready to go anyway. You see the difference? Right. Don't go out that door because you're going to fall in a hole. That door loose is going to fall and hit you. There's got to be some type of severity when you transgress. And that's what the word comes to do. In order to love God, you love him because of the attributes of what he can do for you. And you also love him because you feel what he can do to you if you transgress. That's right. When you don't have a fear of God, you cannot be saved. He said the fear of the Lord is the beginning. It behooved him when he came down and took the people out of Egypt to come down and speak to them, and they hear thunder and lightning. They needed a fear. They needed something to say, whatever happened, I don't want to hear from him again. You tell us what he said. That's right. If there's no fear, then there's nothing to stop them from transgressing. You can never take, it's just like, I'm going to use this answer. Anybody ever been in a union before or in a union? Okay. One thing you never do if you're a union, what hurt a lot of unions, whenever you take strike off the table, a union lose their bargaining power. Anybody know about union? You lose your bargaining power. Because if we got in the clause, okay, I'll allow you to be a company, a union, right? And I got a company. But we're going to put in the contract, you can't strike. Now, when your contract up, you want better benefits. You want to get higher raise. Right. I'm not going to give it to you. Now, he come threatening me what he want, and he call the people. What does he have to make me give him more money? What can he do that's going to allow me to want to give him better benefit? he's taking off the table what's going to make me sit down and say, it's more expedient for me when strike is on the table to say, although benefits might cost